Hello. uh, Hello everyone. This is JPL. Today I'm joined with
Christopher.
we are podcasting with brackets.
Oh yes, we are.
Yeah. I made a weird noise. I burped, and apparently it was funny.
Yeah, it was because I was expecting you to say hello. Not.
I wonder if it started recording when the burp happened.
Oh my gosh.
Instead, we just start off with laughing. What a great opening!
What a great opening. We're filling you with joy today.
Oh yes, you are. Yeah, your friend. That friend of yours doesn't love the Spider-Man movies, so
The Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that the youth, they're so trash. Don't worry. I'm very sure when you get older and when your friends get older, they'll start to appreciate this stuff more.
What I wonder, and low-key hope, but at the same time, after his one bad experience with this, I don't think it's going to make him want to watch them again.
Let me tell you, so many people have said, like, Raimi, it's a joke, it's a meme. And then years later, it's like, wow, it's actually quite a masterpiece. It's strange how people are like that.
Oh, people are so wishy-washy. It's annoying.
It's like there's so many things that I didn't like when I first watched them, and now I love them. It's mostly music for me, but yeah. You were telling me for like 20 minutes now how your friend didn't love Spider-Man. I'm just like so bummed out.
I found it hilarious because I expected it, but I didn't expect him to roast it as hard as he did.
Oh gosh.
Or more or less, not even necessarily roasting. It was just like pure ranting.
The detail that you gave me about his rant against MJ just made me so sad. It's like I've never hated a character so much to rant like that. I always been like, I'm more fair, even though gosh, yeah.
I feel like there was something recently that really got me upset. That was probably the ending of Loki. That was probably what got me most upset recently.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I feel like there's something I ranted hard about and I cannot remember. But yeah, no, honestly, I don't really hate MJ. First off, I do think she is pretty, especially for a redhead. But because the person who said watched it didn't think MJ was pretty. But no, I mean, like I can deal with it. You know, like I'm not always like loving on-screen romance. It sometimes is quote cringe, but at the same time, it is what the story is. I'm like, I'll just deal with it. And so I don't know. It's just hilarious hearing his thoughts because it's just.
I was more. I was more laughing how opposite our reactions are. Like his reaction of the cringe was like, "Oh, that's how I felt about Holland." I didn't cringe.
Well, so let's hope this. If the rumors of the college trilogy is true, hopefully that transition will happen and you'll appreciate college Holland more.
We'll see. Depends on what story they do.
I guess that's fair. Okay, so I want to hear from your perspective. Like, detail to me, like, reasons why you don't like the Holland MCU movies.
I mean, I have to. I have to rewatch them to just give you details. But like, I'm gonna be fair to the movies and say it was probably because. Are you? Hello?
Hi. Yeah, you cut out for a hot second.
Okay. It was probably I was transitioning.
I hate my internet. Please repeat.
when it came out
Uh-huh.
in 2017, I was transitioning between high school and college.
Hmm.
On top of that, back then, I was greatly disgusted with youth culture at the time
Mhm.
and the world of tomorrow,
Mhm.
which was heavily featured in the Holland Spider-Man.
Mhm.
And I just hated everything that I saw. Also, more nitpicks about character representation, how they represent the character Flash, how they represent MJ, Ned, who shouldn't be Peter's friend. Um, Stuff like that, yeah. But I greatly appreciated the villain, which was the saving grace for me.
Hmm.
Spider-Man 2, I've only seen it once, so I
Mhm.
hated the one. I didn't like how they treated the blip, how comedic they represented that, because
Mhm.
that event shouldn't have been that comedic.
Especially right. That's the first release after Endgame.
Um,
Like Falcon and Winter Soldier, despite me not loving it, like that treated the severity of the blip better.
sure. I guess it was also just the silly romance drama.
Oh, come on, I actually enjoyed that.
Um, Maybe not so much like him, but like the other guy. The
Oh, yeah, okay, I
Yeah,
agree with
his
that.
romantic foil was too much for me, especially when he saw him undressed with the woman. Oh, I hated that so much.
Yeah,
Oh, I hate that
there.
so
I
much
do
because
agree.
it's
It's
such a writing
unnecessary.
trope. It's such a writing trope to do something
Yeah,
like that.
there. Thinking about it, there were definitely a handful of like just unnecessary things they did
Yeah.
in them, and hopefully, No Way Home won't suffer from them as much.
Mm. Yes.
Because
Plus,
I feel like No Way Home isn't going to be Peter Parker in high school as much as the other two movies were. So I hope they can stray away from that.
I don't think it even could be, because like how severe the situation is. Like he's been outed as Parker. He's being framed for murder.
Mm-hmm.
Like the multiverse is breaking. There's no time for any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they give Flash Thompson a good character this third film. It looks like he might from the trailers, but still,
Who knows?
that's
Yeah.
that's like one of the things that none of the films have really done well is Flash.
Mm.
Amazing Spider-Man tried, and they were the closest so far.
I don't even remember Flash in Amazing Spider-Man.
I know, which is the problem, because he wasn't even that important. But he had the moment that was very important to his character. But it wasn't even presented well enough. Yeah.
I remember in the Amazing Spider-Man when Peter broke the backboard.
Yeah.
Was Flash in that scene?
Yeah, Flash was the bully.
Figures.
Flash is always Peter's bully.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Bro,
love
I will say
how
McGuire's like that one time when he ripped into that guy, like the first time after like discovering his powers, like that's such
yeah, and that was
dodging all those hits and like
Flash as
they
well.
ripped that. That was I love that scene.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, they didn't really focus too much on Flash, which is, they're trying. They're trying with these movies. I hope they
You know
do it.
what? I bet Sony is listening to this right now and they'll say, "Oh, we'll start developing a Flash spin-off movie.
No.
Because it was just rumored that Sony's developing spin-off movies for Sandman and the Rhino.
But why Flash? Like,
why not? Because he's a villain. Sony loves their villains.
He's not a villain. He's just a bully. He's a bully who learns to become a good guy.
I don't. And I'll just say, just real quickly, why does Sony feel like they have to make a spin-off movie off Sandman? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm tired of Sony right now. Like, I don't know. I know they're trying to work with Marvel Studios, or Marvel Studios is trying to work with Sony, which is probably that.
Okay.
But I'm just, I don't know. I wish it was just more under this roof. You know what I mean? Marvel Studios done. You know what I mean?
Sure. But I think
just,
this is like a new Sandman character.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, the thing with their villain films is that...
Yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they're doing all these villain films, but they really... I don't know how well they can do it without Spider-Man. Like Sandman, you need Spider-Man. Rhino, you need Spider-Man. Kraven, I can see not having Spider-Man, but...
Like, legitimately, what are they doing? I don't... It's Spider-Man facing his villains, not, oh, let's give the villain his own movie. Alone. Somehow. You know what I mean?
I mean,
that is just one...
They just want to use those characters before they lose them.
Yeah, I hope they can lose them soon. I don't know. Because,
otherwise they don't use them. So.
Because we have, Sony's Venom crossing over into the MCU. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wish it was the MCU had their own Venom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's one thing about the new Spider-Man movies. While I'm excited to see all of these old versions of our characters, the one big thing about this Spider-Man is that he hasn't really had much of his own villains besides Mysterio and Vulture.
I mean, he's only had 2 movies.
Yeah. And again, Hydra Man wasn't even a character in those movies. That was just holograms. Yeah. Anyway, how are you doing, Christopher?
How am I doing? I'm surviving. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was one thing I was going to tell you. So, you know how wonderfully terrible my sleep schedule is, right?
Oh, yes.
So, I've been trying to, have a decent, consistent pattern or whatever. So, I've been trying to go to bed around midnight this past week or something, and for some reason, I cannot sleep more than 6 hours at a time.
No, that's not
so
bad.
I'll wake up at 6, which is fine. It's nice having a morning, but then it's like, 6 more hours, and then I go to work or whatever. Anyways, Thanksgiving Day comes, which I had a very nice Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
By 2 p.m., I start to get tired. I'm like, no, this is not good. I can't fall asleep. I just cannot. Lo and behold, I fall asleep by 5. I wake up by 9. I had at least 3 to 4 hours of sleep. I don't remember all specific details. I know I had between 3 to 4 hours of sleep. That much I do know. So I go home and I go to bed, and I cannot fall asleep. So I'm completely sleep deprived. I'm so dead. I've never drank alcohol before, but that's what it feels like to be drunk. I felt it. I felt like I was staggering around, barely existing. Felt like I nearly collapsed a few times.
Oh, yeah.
By the time we got to last act, I asked someone to fill in for me, and I slept during that act. which they gave me permission to. I clocked out and all that such. So
Mhm.
I'm glad it all worked out, and like I did as much as I could legitimately. But also that last act is slower for me. There's less things for me to do, or
Yeah.
more waiting periods where I knew I would just fall asleep on stage. So, and the guy's like, if you need something, let me know. I'm like, okay, I'll let you know. And I wanted to see how far I could go, but by the time that was about to roll around, I'm like, I am dead. I know I could, but I shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you
And I
shouldn't.
hated to do that. I don't like doing that, right? Like,
No.
as I said, I did as much as I could, you know? Because if in all reality, I probably would have asked to have the day off at that point, but I didn't feel right about that. So I did as much as I could. Didn't feel good about it, but I had to. And I didn't want to be like that guy who doesn't work. It just like I just felt like I was gonna be a more disservice than of service at that point.
Hmm.
Anyways, last night I was not last night, the night before, so Friday night, I was able to sleep and sleep more. Well, I slept for 6 hours, then stayed awake for a few hours, and fell back asleep and woke up in time for work, all that good stuff. So I was able to sleep last night as well, all fine, and tonight hopefully I'll get back. So hopefully I'm back on schedule. But just wow, it's really crazy how something like that really set off my sleep schedule. So I want to try to have it as consistent as possible. It's hard. Anyways, good fun time.
Good
Uh,
fun time.
and then I have car issues, so hopefully we'll take care of that tomorrow. Yeah. How are you doing, John?
Well, I'm doing fine. It's the end of Thanksgiving break for me,
Were
which
you able to get work done?
yeah, some,
No, I
a
find it
lot.
so ironic. I just noticed that today, how your status on Skype says, was it? Let me confirm that I saw it right.
Okay. Oh, that
Yeah,
thing. Okay.
yeah. But I can't see it for some dumb reason. What is it? Since you remember it?
Work hard, nap hard.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was just thinking, quite literally, like it's not often I see John work hard.
No. I've had that on my Skype since I had Skype.
How long have you had Skype?
Uh, well, since I had my own Skype, probably almost 10 years. But
Wow.
that's a quote from Duck Dynasty, actually.
I actually didn't know you watched Duck Dynasty.
We've talked about this before. You said that you
I
didn't. This was years ago. You said you didn't want to watch it because you were worried about seeing like them killing ducks.
good memory.
Yes, very good memory. Um, but no, I love Duck Dynasty.
Okay.
That's a quote from one of the guys, Cy Robertson. He's the old
Yes.
crazy uncle that everyone loves. But yeah, he's always napping. Uh, I don't know about working hard, but he's like work hard, nap hard. That's what I always say, Jack. And so I just remember that from him. I had a T-shirt with that on it as well.
Really?
I did. Yeah,
Oh wow.
I don't have it anymore, but yeah, that was like my favorite quote back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just I never changed it. So
So, don't they have like a Facebook show right now?
I I, I don't know about a Facebook show, but I know they have a podcast.
Okay, because I thought I saw something about them having a Facebook show. Which honestly, whenever Facebook said they were investing in original media, in my head, I laughed and laughed and laughed and. But they're just wasting their money. It's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? They
I
don't
mean,
care who you get on. Like no one cares.
you were cutting out there, but yeah, sure, I'll agree with what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, meta. Am I right? What a great announcement they had.
I
We're
love
gonna
the memes that
create
stem from
an
it.
online civilization, and we're gonna call it Meta.
I hate it so much.
I don't even know
You know
what
what?
that is, but okay.
Yeah, neither do I. But whatever it is, it doesn't sound good. You know what I mean?
Sure. I don't care. Just leave. Just give. As long as I have Messenger, I'm good.
I feel that. I feel that. I will say, like, Facebook is like the place for me to, like, okay, I met you once. If I ever need you, I can contact you 5 years later. Awesome. Thanks. You have a good day. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's kind of how I treat Facebook. Because
That's
not
how the
everyone's
young
on
people
Instagram.
treat Facebook. They're not getting
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
La, 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 la.
So, it's been interesting, like seeing like the TV spots that have released for the Spider-Man thing.
Oh,
It's a
you
lot of
have.
TV spots, like
Good for
since
you.
we last talked. Um, so it's just interesting. There's
You,
been
you're
a
you're just watching all of that stuff, are you?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I, I'm not doing that. No.
Because here's the thing, like if Toby and Andrew are not in the trailers,
They're
they're
not.
not going to be in the TV spots. That means the TV spots are not going to spoil as much as they normally do.
No, but I don't need to wait for like 5 extra seconds of footage. No, like I did that during the Force Awakens and maybe some Batman versus Superman
Mm-hmm.
stuff when I was younger and still enthusiastic about these things. But
Mm-hmm.
I just got old
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I don't need to worry about that. I'll just watch it when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more patient.
I'm glad you are.
Yes.
With
Spider-Man's coming out, so
you haven't seen it yet, but I watched the 2 episode premiere of Hawkeye.
yeah.
Unless you watched reactions of it.
I have not.
Okay. So on the thing of trailers, watching the trailers of Hawkeye, I'm like, this sucks in my mind. Why? Well, the Christmas thing captivated me, but I'm like, I don't know. The concept didn't seem like intriguing to me. You know, true, it's not like a big scale Avengers level threat right out the gate looking thing, right? A little smaller, which is fine, but I don't know. The concept didn't seem intriguing to me, didn't feel fun to me. And the character of Kate Bishop seemed heckin' annoying to me. She just came off so annoying in the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, after watching the show, Kate Bishop is fun. Really
Mm-hmm.
enjoying her character. The concept,
Okay.
not that I don't fully know the concept of the show yet because it's a TV show. They reveal things that goes as it goes along. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
whatever they're showing, I'm enjoying. The way it's being handled is really fun. I am so enjoying it way more than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be like, probably better, structured and Loki, but not amazing. Not as
Right.
captivating as Loki as I thought. That was kind of like my thought. Like nothing's necessarily going to beat WandaVision in terms of concept, but despite this not being a WandaVision concept, it's a fun concept. What
Okay.
they got going on, and the characters are not as annoying as seemingly portrayed.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
again, that is not necessarily to hype up everyone and say it's amazing, but I
Mm-hmm.
have more confidence in hyping up Hawkeye than I do hyping up Eternals. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you get, and then also, like, there have been some people who said, yay, finally, Hawkeye's time to shine. And, especially him not having a lot of prominence in older movies. I'm like, do I care? And now actually seeing him having prominence, I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah. I mean, years ago, especially for me. We'll see when I watch it, but again, it's on a similar vein as Black Widow, where the most prominent time for that was years ago when everyone wanted it.
Oh yeah.
Not saying that people don't want Hawkeye now. It's just
Mm-hmm.
his character's just gone through an arc already.
Mm-hmm. Black Widow is way too delayed, and that really should have released when it happened.
Yes.
It just that was not good on their end, in my opinion. But obviously Hawkeye happens, according to writer, a year after Endgame, so it's part of our timeline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it for what it is. Still, obviously, it would have been fun to give Hawkeye more prominence back then, but also, I think they're doing his character or story justice right now with this thing.
Okay.
And which is more justice than was given Black Widow, in my opinion. So I am happy about that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Back to Thanksgiving.
Okay. How was your Thanksgiving, or did you have a different topic?
Well, during that week, I had some lunch out with a couple friends. But Thanksgiving Day, I was alone in my house with my cats.
Mm-hmm.
So my Thanksgiving meal was some bread rolls and White Castle slider burgers. Frozen dinner.
At least you had the bread rolls. At least you had the meat.
Yes. I just yeah, I was like looking for like something to get for Thanksgiving so I didn't have to go out and get something.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was in the store, I just saw the White Castle burgers. I'm like, you know what? That's a stupid meal, but I'm going to do that.
You were amazing. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It's like, you know what? Heck yeah. Sure, I'll do this for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Just so I don't have to, invest on more. I could have gone like a bag of like chicken nuggets and heated that up. But I do that so many times. It's like White Castle burgers. Those pathetic burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, why not? It's Thanksgiving. I'll splurge on quality meals. So that's what I did. I got White Castle burgers and bread rolls and some pumpkin pie.
At least you had pumpkin pie.
Yes, at least I had pumpkin pie.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Ugh.
So speaking of your Thanksgiving, did you watch stuff? Since you had off.
Since I had the week off?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a perfect time for you to watch stuff.
It is, and I watched a lot of stuff. So I watched
the big question is, did you finish Smallville? I'm kidding. You didn't. I'm kidding.
No, I don't have Hulu anymore.
Right. I figured.
So
I thought that was a stupid question.
Have it for a bit. But with HBO Max, I watched the first season of Young Justice, rewatched it.
Is this the original?
The first season, yes. When it first came out years ago.
Okay, question. So this new thing, do they call it season 3, 4, or is it a new show?
Yes, they call it season 3 and 4.
Okay.
Although it feels like a new show.
Right.
But yeah, season 1, I loved it more than I ever have. Like this last viewing. Because it's like the first season is so tightly written that everything connects and is used. So I missed while also watching simultaneously season 4, which is just they changed their method and started doing 4-episode story arcs. But whoever's writing these episodes don't really know how to divide a story into 4 episodes because Like nothing is resolved in each episode. It's like the radio dramas. How like the pilot I was talking about Sonicon, the pilot's story in those episodes. We don't have a full story in these episodes. Let me tell you about the first 4 episodes. Spoilers for all those people. So the first episode of season 4, our two characters are going to get married. They go to Mars and visit their family. They're talking about marriage. There they introduce the Martian hierarchy and the racism between the different Martians. There's also a plot because the king was murdered. Yes, and that's what happened. First episode. And the first episode ends with a plot twist of something happens. And it's like, oh my gosh, they did this. You start the next episode. Oh, no. It's fine. That plot twist, that was just like a shock moment. That's not actually happening.
I hate that.
Okay. Which I could predict. But, they tell you more, hey, we're doing the wedding still. Yeah, my father the king was murdered. You should check that out sometime. Oh yeah, racism. That's the end of the episode. Next episode. We're gonna get married. Alright, we're gonna be investigating the murder of the king. Racism. That's the end of the episode. Final episode. Alright. We found out who killed the king. Oh, racism. We shouldn't do that. Wedding? Spoilers. If you don't want any spoilers, just skip the next 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not going to happen because one of the main characters dies. And the episode ends with a girl crying.
Oh, we love that.
And you know what?
This resolution.
That story works well, maybe in like one movie. 4 episodes weekly. No.
Right.
It doesn't work. There's no proper plot structure. Compared to like the previous seasons where each episode was its own story. And like small bits connected into each other. Here, we're going to tell one huge story, but not do it well. Same with episodes 5 through 8, even though that had a much better story. But still, they divided it up. And I'm not even going to talk about the poor animation quality. Because, my gosh, have they gone lazy.
They're like, let's just hire AI.
Yes, let's not even animate certain scenes. Let's just show still frames.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Okay,
also,
I have no plans of watching DC anytime soon.
Oh, Christopher. That's fine. If you were, that wouldn't be the first thing I'd point you to.
Right, I figured that.
Yeah, you'd follow my list.
Yeah, you make me watch something from the 50s first.
That's your choice. It's your choice if you want to start with the 50s, because that is an option. Okay. But that's not what I'm going to do. Although it could be. I did say 60s Batman was probably a good introduction for you, because you'd laugh so hard at how silly that is. That'd be fun.
No, I love a good laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I also
thought, who owns the Incredible Hulk TV series? Is it Universal? From the 70s.
I think so, maybe.
Reason why I ask is
maybe
when will it be Disney Plus? That's my question. When will it come to Disney Plus?
I don't think it will.
Shame.
Let me.
Because if it came to Disney Plus, that's more initiative for me to watch it.
Oh, okay. Well. I mean, it's hard to say. Disney Plus could own it. I think it's a universal thing, yeah. Yeah, it's universal.
Why doesn't Disney have enough money to just buy everything?
You know, they've been trying, but like the government's been stopping them because that's too much power for one company.
Should just buy the Marvel stuff. That's all. Not everything.
They bought Fox just to get some Marvel stuff. Yeah. Also, like something I didn't even realize. Like which, when I was saying, oh, they got lazy with animation. Do you know how Martians speak?
I bet everything interprets that differently.
I know, but like in this show, do you know how the Martians speak?
Of course I don't.
They speak telepathically. And so I didn't even realize this because like my brain already knows how they speak. Right. But like after the end of all the episodes, they have no lip sync whatsoever because they're all speaking telepathically. So and I never noticed because I was I was just so used to them. It's like, oh yeah, they're speaking telepathically. That's expected. But like thinking back, it's like, wait a minute. Those dirtbags, you saved so much animation by doing that. Oh my gosh. It's crazy.
Is anything to save money, huh?
Sure. I mean, it's probably not even that. It's just like DC animation in recent years has been very sketchy.
So, is What If better than DC animation?
See, that's a different thing because What If is 3D animated.
Oh, so this is 2D animation.
Yeah, it is 2D animation. Their 2D has fallen from what it was 10 years. Because 10 years ago, moi. I mean, it hasn't gone as bad as like the recent Marvel cartoons before What If, where they once again had fallen from graces. But that's mainly the fault of the companies not giving them the money and the time to like have art. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, one thing that I didn't say but was announced on Disney Plus Day was a new Predator movie.
A Predator movie, you said?
Yeah, you know, like Alien and Predators, you know, those movies.
Kinda not familiar.
Oh, Predator is like an alien hunter type character. And so I love those movies.
Okay, so
because Disney, they bought Fox, and the Alien movies, they're all owned by Fox. They're gonna make a Predator movie and an Alien show, but I think that's going on to Hulu because you know what you said.
This was announced on Disney Plus Day?
Yes.
Funny.
Yes. And so this new Predator movie, I'm excited for. You know, even though I'm always excited for some Predator, but the last movie was just terrible. But this new movie has got me interested because I'm waiting for your internet to come back. There you go. You're back.
Yes, I'm back.
I'm interested because of the time period they're setting it in. During the Native American time. So Native American.
I don't know much about the show, but that should be fun.
So Native Americans are going to be hunting the predator, or vice versa, which has me excited because, hello, I've been wanting to see more diverse usage of the predator than just modern time. So, yeah,
Gotcha.
there you go. I'm happy.
Hopefully it'll be good.
Oh gosh, hopefully, please. I hope it's nothing like the last one. Hope it's nothing
What
like
time
that.
period was the last one set in?
Modern time.
Of course.
Poorly
I was wondering if it was like in the future or like modern.
It's
or...
the same director as Iron Man 3.
And I guess that's bad news.
I mean, sure, not really, but it's like his comedy choice is bad.
Hmm.
He had a character with Tourette's. Oh my gosh. They played that so hard. His Tourette's. Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
The one guy I dormed with last year had Tourette's, and he always used it for comedy. Like he would do something stupid and say, "Sorry, I have Tourette's." It was the funniest thing. Like, it shouldn't have been that funny, but it always was. But
No,
I feel
this
like
was more
those
offensive.
type of things. Yeah, movies never know how to do anything right.
No. So, yeah, that was a film where one of our main protagonists was a little kid.
Interesting.
Because they wanted that for some reason.
Yeah.
But anyway, hopefully with Native Americans, this should be good.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Ba-da-ba-ba-dum.
Bum, 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 bum.
So, stuff talk.
Well, honestly, we did pretty well. I thought we were gonna be done in 20 minutes.
I mean,
Like, my head hurts, and I talked about stuff before we recorded, and I thought we would be dead after 20 minutes, and the fact that we
we're
got
doing
through,
good.
was it 50 minutes? About?
We're at 40 minutes right now.
At 40? I'm impressed.
Yeah. I want to go maybe 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes? Okay, let's stretch it out.
Let's stretch this out as much as we can.
Let's stretch it thin. Let's be like the TV show that has 10 minutes of montage.
Yes. Somehow. What else did I watch?
I love that's why you thought to stretch it out. Because we know darn well I didn't watch much of anything except the fact that this year I watched part of a Thanksgiving parade for the very first time on TV, the Macy's.
Wow. Congratulations.
First time I ever did.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Because I grew up sheltered.
I don't know why Americans are so excited to watch the parade.
I don't really know either, but for one who's never seen it before, it was a fun experience to do it at least once. You know what I mean?
I heard it used to be much better.
Apparently, I don't know what better is. And this is obviously talking to someone who watched the Hall and MC movies first.
I mean, I know that 1 year they had the Muppets live performers with the Muppets there.
Fun.
Back when Jim Henson was still alive, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
We did have Sesame Street this year.
Oh, of course. They'd always had Sesame Street.
Blue's Clues!
They had Blue's Clues?
No. Yes!
Ooh.
No, they didn't have Blue, but they had Josh, Joe, and Steve.
All three of them?
All three of them.
Nice. Well, that's something.
Now, the sucky thing is, the song they sang wasn't great because it's of the newer Blue's Clues, and that and
Because
you
of
were
course they sang a song.
yeah. But the fact that freaking Steve Burns was there
Mm.
made me so happy.
Yeah, I mean that's fine because he's been doing some stuff with a new show.
Yeah. Oh man, I was so happy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like hearing new Blue's Clues and new Sesame Street with like modern pop production is so weird to me, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was a time like a year ago I watched some like newer Sesame Street stuff, and it just sounded too modern, and I did not like it.
Of course.
Like it's like, oh, let's make something that sounds like it could be on pop radio, but won't be because it's for kids, but sonically, yay. Well, yeah, that might have been the case also back then, but also it sounded more like for kids. Then again, obviously that could be my nostalgia getting in the way.
Sure.
But I don't know. It just was too. It's too modern, too sleek, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. I also
Not a
watched
fan.
an animated Superman show.
Okay. What
It's good.
year?
Oh, this was 90s.
Gotcha. It probably
So
was good.
it was good. So that's done with. I watched an episode of the old Scooby Doo. Just one.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, I'm not in the right mindset for Scooby Doo, so I'm not gonna watch anymore unless I'm with someone.
Oh, there was actually something else I watched.
Ah,
South Park. They released the post-COVID special.
of course you did.
And here's the thing, like I probably would have just ended the conversation right there. But the thing is, this thing was a 40 years later thing. So we had all the kids as adults. And that was glorious. It was actually so fun. So I really enjoyed that.
Okay. Good for
Obviously, I
you.
don't care, just like your Justice League thing, but carry on.
You don't care about my Justice League thing, even though that's
Oh,
the
you
more
don't care about my
wholesome.
South Park.
That's the more wholesome and family friendly. Although the final couple seasons of Young Justice has not been very family friendly. Oh, what's funny is that HBO Max still think it's family friendly because they still put it as like watch with the family, and it's like yeah, that's the first two seasons you can, but the other two characters are getting impaled all the time with blood. So
like it'll be like single like frames for like being impaled for like 5 seconds. Oh, 5 seconds.
they actually put effort into
They-
those. You know, I don't know why, but they put effort into that.
So is it like when a character's talking, like it's just like one frame?
Yeah, characters talking,
Or
and
it's
then
like they
sometimes
flip between two different frames?
It's mostly like action scenes. Action scenes.
Okay, so if you get impaled, you get your frames. But if it's just normal action, then it's boring.
It's like action, or if they're just doing mundane stuff. It's like, oh, I don't want to animate them hugging. Just here's a frame. Here's a frame of her talking to her family. Here's a frame of them doing whatever. Because that's not important to animate.
But what is important to animate is people getting impaled.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, we love that.
We love how great. And you know what? I'm probably going to think that the reason why it's this quality is partially because of just because it's like on a streaming service and not like on Cartoon Network when it originally was being aired. They can ban quality.
But that's just so annoying. You
It
know what I mean?
is. It is.
Well, like,
'Cause
why go
Cartoon
to all that
Network
effort
would put
then?
up standards for animation.
Uh-huh.
And of course, the Cartoon Network was the one who canceled the show. Because, like, nobody was buying the toys. Oh, okay. Great. Thank you, Cartoon Network. Yes. Spider-Man cartoon shows. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
I just yelled that out, you know.
Did you watch the new Spider-Man cartoon show when it's
I
in
have
3D?
not. I have not.
I watched a trailer and it just seemed so for kids. I'm like, never mind.
That is a trailer. Yeah, very much so. They don't know how to market cartoons.
Yeah, I figured.
They just really don't.
I guess their theory is we'll put it on Disney Plus and kids will watch it.
Sure.
Which I will say, so we were talking about like Disney Plus and Hulu and such,
Yes.
and I sent you a few articles that you might have not read. I don't know.
I mean, Red.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, Comcast. Yes, I saw some stuff there.
Yeah. I will say, like, I get it with what they kind of want to do, Disney Plus kind of being like a more or less kid-friendly streaming service. At the same time, I think I'm like, you just have a Marvel hub. I know that's more family-friendly than DC, but it's not like, oh, let me give my 5-year-old an iPad and then he starts watching Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, it just...
What do you mean by Marvel Hub?
Well, I mean, you have your Disney Hub, your National Geographic Hub, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel Hub. Like, you have 5 main hubs for Disney
Yeah.
Plus. You know what I mean? But it's like, which obviously the only reason I have Disney Plus is Marvel, but it's like them kind of touting Disney Plus as a family-friendly streaming service, and you have these Marvel games that aren't the most. They're not kid-friendly, at the very least. You know what I mean? It's just weird to me, and I don't know if it was truly a kid streaming service, then do it like Peacock does. You know, you have like you log in. They're like, are you an adult or are you a kid? Essentially, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have a lock on a certain account or something. I don't know. But I think actually Disney Plus might have something like that. So like if it's really for kids, you could say there are no movies above PG that you can watch or something like that. But still, I don't
Did
know.
you see the photos I sent you?
No.
I mean, I sent you. Oh, you did see them.
Or
Like,
when? I don't. When you say that, I think you just sent them to me. You know what I mean?
no, there's the one with the Batman and the cow.
I thought that was just something like so out of context.
Yeah, that's what I said. No context. Here's an image.
Oh, no context. Which is kind of funny.
Yes.
It's also that face Batman is making.
I know. The face is just what makes it so great. It's like, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to him in his life. Bat cow.
And the Shang-Chi meme, man.
The Shang-Chi meme caught me so off guard when I watched it. It's like, oh, wow, that's a cut right there. But it's very true if you have an understanding of Asian culture. It's like, oh yeah, it is kind of sad.
I died laughing at that, man.
Uh-huh.
That was so good. Oh my gosh. So what do you mean by watched it? Was there a meme collection thing, or did you watch Shang-Chi?
What? No. I saw the meme. I watched the meme. No, like when I say watch the meme, I just say I was on Twitter and I saw that meme pop up and it's like, oh, wow, that's
Gotcha.
That's a rough cut.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, we're rambling at this point, so we might as well just.
We are, but we made it to 50 minutes at least.
We did. Congratulations, people.
Congratulations to us.
Yes, those two
Not to
people
you
who
guys, to
actually made
us.
it to the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah, you guys too. Except you don't get anything. We actually feel good. Except
Thank
me, I
you
still have a headache.
for listening through my ad and giving me
Oh.
1 cent.
So, did we get any listeners on our previous episode or not?
Which one?
Justice for James. I'm super curious.
We did. We had more views than my 100 episode special.
I guess that's what matters.
Because that's what matters.
Yeah.
No, it does matter. So, yes. Thank you guys
Fun.
for listening. We'll see you all next
I
time.
did share
Bye.
that episode. Bye.